Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Uchen. So we're gonna go straight to the point, and we're gonna go straight to the point because I realized that you guys appreciate my short videos. If it does become long, kindly forgive. It is a media reset after all. There's a lot that has happened since beginning of the year, and now there's a lot for me to share with you in terms of how far am I going with my goals that I set beginning of the year. For those that have been with me since beginning of the year, you know that beginning of the year I did a yearly reset where I sat down and I said these are the things that I want to work on. And so today we are going to be looking at since beginning of the year up until July. How far have I gone? How is it going? How am I feeling? This sit down portion is going to be broken down in 3 phases. The first one is we are going to, I have my notes by the way here. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So the first one is we are going to reflect. The second one, we are going to review. The last one, we are going to plan. We're going not even plan, but we're going to talk about going forward. So we're going to reflect, we're going to review. We are then going to say going forward what's going to happen. On this video, I'm not going to be doing my budget with you. I'm not going to be sitting down and planning my budget for the next month because I'm going to have a separate video for August reset, which is going to come up the next Sunday as you're watching this. So right now we're just going to do the yearly resets where we see how far I've gone. So let's start with the first one, which is reflecting on the first half of the year. So the first question that I wrote here is, how do I feel about the first half of the year? So the first half of the year has not been so smooth, and obviously my life has never been smooth, so me expecting my life to be smooth is just something else. I have phases where there's a phase whereby things are going well, and then I've got phases where things are just going in shambles. But I will say that ever since from March up until now, there have been a lot of bumpy roads. It's like I've been driving in a gravel for all these months. It hasn't been easy, and that has came with me changing jobs. Beginning of the year, it didn't start well. Didn't start well, personally, but then it picked up like I never thought that it would. Like it picked up, everything started going well. I got the promotion, but not in terms of where I had wanted it to be, but I just got something. I got a promotion which I had been waiting for, which I've been hoping to get because I had been acting for quite some time, and I really felt like, okay, I'm good with acting now. I've acted for over a year. It's time for me to just get an official promotion. It also helps with planning as well, because you know that once you have the promotion, that this is the income that you're working with. Whilst when you are acting, you don't know when your acting is going to finish. So I did not get the position that I had hoped that I would get where I was acting. Instead, I got this other one which I had applied for in the previous year. I was grateful either way. I was just like thank you, Lord, for this opportunity. Thank you for this job. And the day, it is a job. It is an income, So I went and I started, and it hasn't been it hasn't been smooth, and also I was not expecting it to be smooth, but it's something that I never expected. It has not been easy. It has been very hard on me, hard on my mental health, hard on just a lot of things. Like, it's been hard for me to pour into myself. The goals that I had set for myself beginning of the year, I found that it became hard for me to even do any of those things because I was in a constant stress. I was in a constant state of anxiety and frustration, and I'm just glad that it did not escalate to depression. But for a while I was just living in that phase of constant anxiety where I did not look forward to just waking up and going to work every morning. I still don't, but I feel like I get phases. As I started this video, I said I go through phases where there's a phase where I feel okay, and then there will be a phase where I just don't feel okay, where I don't feel like doing anything. And in a month I can have those phases, many of those phases all clumped up together, where one week I'm good, the following week I'm just not. So right now I feel very energetic, and I'm gonna take that as a good sign to just say, when I get phases like this where I feel good, I feel motivated, I feel the drive, I ride with it, because it does not stay very long lately. It does not, because of just how demanding my work is. My work is very, very demanding, and there's little time on top of that. But also, it's just not a good environment that I'm in. It's just not good at all, So that also adds on the pressure, because something else to be dealing with the pressure of work, knowing that, I have a lot of deadlines, I have a lot of things that I need to deal with. That's something else, something that I can handle. There's something that I look forward to. Those are things that actually give me drive when it comes to work. But now to then be working in an environment which does not nurture that part of work, it becomes hard for you to say you want to pour out, and give your all, because already everything that you're doing, you're dreading. What I've been doing lately is just to say, what, in the midst of all the challenges, I'm trying to find a silver lining. Because at the end of the day, I can be anxious and all the stuff, but I don't want to get to a point where I'm depressed. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get to that stage. So to avoid that, what I try to do is I look for silver linings to say, okay, in the midst of all these challenges, and I think there's a reason why God is giving me this challenge right now in my life, in this phase of my life. There's a reason why God felt it fit to say, Jennifer, right now, this is where I want you to be. Because the way that this job lined up for me clearly showed that, no man, like this was not just any time. It was just I can't explain it. But when I look at how everything rolled out and all the things that I had hoped that were going the way that I had hoped things will go, the things that I wanted, God was just saying, no, not that one. The ones that I felt like, this one, I really, really, I love the people that I work with. I love everything here. I like the environment. I wanted that other environment. I wanted that other job. And God was just like, not that one, this one. And so I'm trying to get to a point whereby I'm like, I get that this is where you want me to be right now. There's a reason why you want me to be here. I may not know it. I'm getting very emotional as I'm saying this. I may not know. Oh, guys, I feel like I'm in a therapy session right now. Oh my God. Oh, I may not know the plans that you have for me. I may not understand. Why do I have to go through this fire right now? Like, why are you putting me through this fire right now? I feel like the fire is unnecessary, but I'm in it, I'm already there. God has put me in that fire, and there's a reason why God is putting me in that fire. I don't understand what is the reason. I've been trying to understand what is the reason. Why? What is the reason that I have to go through this? Why do I have to go through this period of my life right now? Because this period of my life right now, it is very, very hot. It is very challenging. It is very challenging to the mind, to the spirit, to the soul. When I say those three things, I mean that it's challenging in all of those aspects. Why? I don't know. Later on in life, if God still deems me fit to be in this body and in this life, then later on in life, it will become clear. In most cases, in everything that I've went through, whether it was good or bad, I've found that as I've grown older, I'm able to reflect and say, wow, God, you were training me for this. You were training me for this. When you put me through that, you were training me for this, So right now, I may not know, I may not understand. And my job as a human being in this planet, it's not to understand why am I being put in fires. My job is to be in the fire. Hard as it is, burning as it is, painful as it is, I have to be in the fire. That is why we are human beings. We are human being. We are being. So in whatever that God is putting me, I just have to be there. I have to stay there to learn, to grow, to be sharpened, anything. It's everything that we have to go through in life. It is there for a reason. We may not understand, and it's not our jobs to understand. So I'm trying to be less of a control freak and stop trying to play God in my life and try to understand, why are you putting me through this? All I know is that it is burning. I'm burning. I'm in pain, and I want to get out of it as quickly as possible. What I'm saying is the first half of the year has not been smooth. big challenge of that has came with me changing jobs, with the promotion. And understand also, sometimes when you get promotion, it comes with more responsibilities, but there's some things that I was not ready for. Okay, let's look at another point. Another point that I asked here is, what were my wins in this first half of the year? I would say that my wins for the first half of the year is the progress that I've made on my finances. Guys, I feel like being in the fire has lit a fire on me, no pun intended. Being in the fire has lit the fire underneath me to say, hey girl, we need to work. We need to work, having to realize that I am confined in a place and in a place because I cannot decide something else for my life because of the situation I find myself in life financially. It's just something that lit the fire under me to say, I never want to find myself in that situation again. I want my finances to be so good that I can decide whether to stay or to walk away in a situation that is no longer serving me. But when the finances are not good, in many cases, we find that we cannot make that decision to say, right now, I'm choosing to exit. We can't, because we think of all those things, So my wins have been, my finances have been doing very, very well. My other wins also has been the collaborations I've had with, reputable brands. And I'm going to say reputable brands because I had this one brand, and it goes to this question. The following question says, what I wish I could change. I wish I could change the part of making sure that whatever brand that I work with is reputable, doing my full research. But also some brands I just know, like companies that I've worked with. I worked with Frank Group this year. I worked with Standard Bank this year. I worked with Spa this year. These are businesses and companies and brands that we all know and use almost every day. And so there is no need for me to vet those ones because I know they're reputable. But then there are other companies that come on the sidelines that we do not know. Some are new companies, then they want exposure and all the stuff, and then they'll say, we're willing to pay. So what I wish that I could have changed is to say on those companies to be more to be more interrogative, to understand and to be very picky. I'm already picky in many things, but I found that in that part of me working with brands, I opened a loophole whereby I brought you guys a brand that was not reputable, and I apologize for that. Please forgive me for that. Should have done my homework, and I promise that going forward, I'm definitely going to do my homework, especially with companies and brands that we do not know, that I do not know, that I knew. I'm definitely going to do my homework. And what I've decided to do is to say, if any of these brands approach me and I feel like, okay, this could be a good opportunity for me and for you, if they're not willing to give me at least 3 months of trying their product, if they just say, we want you to promote this without using it, I am not going to bring it. I'm not even going to go with that company in terms of working with them. But with reputable companies and businesses that we know in SA, definitely those ones I don't need to try them because I'm already using them. We use Spa, we use Standard Bank, we use Frank Group. There's another company, there's another brand collaboration that I'm currently working on. We haven't really published. By the time you see this video tomorrow, it hasn't gone live, but I'm super, super excited about this because it touches on our retirement. It also touches on, it's a reputable company as well, a South African company. I'm super excited. And by the way, guys, I'm going to have my first fully brand trip. Like, it's not a trip, but they're going to pay for me to go somewhere. Like, this is the same company, like a South African reputable company. This is one thing I'm happy about. But that, guys, that I'm in that level. There's also another point here. It's the last point says, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful for that, guys. Like, for the first time, with only 23,000 subscribers, only 19,000 followers on YouTube, on Instagram, 27,000 on TikTok. With only those, guys, that I got a brand that is just like, we are going to pay you, but on top of paying you, we want to take you to another province where we will pay for your flights. We want you to just go there and create content and come back. We'll pay for everything. What? Lord, in the midst of fire, you still find a way to bless us. Guys, I feel like I'm preaching today. I feel like we're not even going to get to the part of cooking, of cleaning this house. Maybe I'll do another short video where I'll do the whole second part of cleaning, and and maybe I can post that on Wednesday, because I feel like this is very good. I needed this to just have this conversation with you, because I haven't poured my heart out to you in a very long time. So I was just saying, in the midst of the fire that God is putting me, God may be putting you also, you may be in fire right now, but God still finds a way to say, I'm still going to bless you. Just because you are in a fire does not mean I've forgotten you, nor have I forsaken you. So I'm grateful for that, guys. I'm grateful for the friends that I've worked with. I'm grateful for the opportunities that I've been given. I'm grateful for the community that I have, you guys, for the people that take time to engage, to comment, to just show me love. The people that have joined my community on Financial Bloom with Jen, which is on another platform on my website. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm also grateful for just the love and support. I'm absolutely grateful for that. You guys make it worth it. The reason why I keep doing what I'm doing, I wake up and I say I'm gonna do what I'm doing. Like today I had a session. It was a free session with one of my community members on the group, and I was just like, let's look at your finances, like create a plan. And it was such a fruitful session. Like that session was so fruitful. Like we came up with a plan, and it's so good. It is so good. I'm grateful for such things. I'm grateful because if I say you are the reason why I keep doing what I'm doing, it's because of that. Right now my business is broke. I'll tell you that. My business is broke. But I keep telling myself, it's not about, when it comes to my community and what I'm trying to do, it's not about the money. It's about serving. Because one thing I'm realizing is that God called me to serve. Ever since I was a child, even though it may have not been clear, but when I look at the trend of my life and everything and the gift that God has bestowed in me, it is very clear that I'm called to serve. I may not be called to serve in church or what, but I'm called to serve. Everyone is called to serve in one way or another. And so right now, I just want to serve. I just want to serve my community. I want to serve the people that need help. I want to change lives. Even if I don't get paid for it, but I just want to help, because that for me already, it gives me so much motivation. It gives me something to look forward to. It gives me drive. Whilst I'm in the midst of fire, I'm able to have other things that I can look forward to. And I'm grateful that on the other aspect of my life, my friendships, my relationships, my family and all this stuff, it's going very well. Like it's thriving. It's thriving. It's just this one aspect of my life that is just like, God was just like, when you've been too comfortable, let me put you through some fire, because I'm sharpening you for something else that is coming in the future. I don't know what it is, but I'm grateful. I'm absolutely grateful. Now let's go to part B, which is reviewing my goals. Okay, so we're gonna break it down to 3. If you remember, my goals are broken down to financial, personal, and business. We're gonna start with financial because obviously this is a financial channel. Okay, so my financial goals, I wanted to save and invest 100,000 in 2024. Obviously, the year has not ended, but I needed to highlight this achievement now, because this is a yearly goal. We're not even done with the year. We're only 8 months in, not even 7 months in, because we just started August. We're 7 months in, and we've achieved this goal. I've achieved this goal. I'm so grateful. This is also one of the things that I'm also grateful for. I looked at how much money I've put away. So the first thing is I've maxed out my tax-free, which is 36,000 per year. I did that when I bonused. I put it there, and then on my emergency fund, I hit my goal of 60,000. So now I'm working towards 90,000, and so my target for emergency fund was 14,200, of which I've surpassed that. So right now we are sitting on over 60,000. I think it's around 64,000. My easy equities, I wanted to top it up, go 33,000. I wanted to have about 33,000 there. I'm not sure. My phone is charging and I'm not gonna get it. But all I know is that on my easy equities investments, I've got over 100k right now. And then on my frank, it's over 60. And then I have other monies that for my daughter, I reached over 20. So when I calculate the money that I've saved for everything, which is my tax-free, my normal shares, my emergency fund, the education fund, the stokvel money, when I clamp all of that from January up until now, it's 110,000. 110,400 rands. So I've reached my goal when it comes to my finances. So it gives me some fuel to say by end of the year it will look even much better. And then let's look at my personal goals and my business goals. So my personal goals, I wanted to lose 15 kgs by December. Here, guys, I'm being honest with you on this. We're look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right now we are just we looked at the ugly, we looked at the bad, we look at the good. Now we're just looking at the ugly. I wanted to lose 15 k's by December, even though it's not December yet. But how girl has gained so much weight, and the reason why I've gained so much weight is because I fell out of my routine. Beginning of the year, I was exercising. Like first 2 months of the year, I was exercising. I had my set routine of waking up early, exercising, journaling, praying and doing all that good stuff. And I was also eating 1 meal a day. I fell out of that wagon a while ago. From basically mid-March up until now, I have not been exercising. I tried to exercise, maybe I'll exercise once a week, but then I realized it's just not happening, Like right now, I'm waking up very early in the mornings. I wake up around 3 a.m. or 3:30. And I'm sure people thinking, because around 3 or 3:30, I'm bathing. Almost every day. I'm sure they're like, where's this girl going? And I still managed to leave after 7 here, like in terms of just being late. So I wake up around the time because I'm trying to find time to work on my business, because the place that I'm in, or the job that I have right now, is very demanding, and I find that when I come back from work, I'm exhausted mentally and physically, and I can't do anything. It becomes hard for me to pour into my business, even though my business is still very much broke. But the improvement that I'm making in terms of serving and nurturing my community, that for me is much, much better. I will get back to exercising. I will get back to my healthy routine. I just want to pace myself. So right now, I'm waking up to pour into my business. Then maybe after a month in, I'm going to wake up and then start pouring into myself, pouring into my business, then go to work. But right now I just want to pour into my business. And then let's go to my business goal. I wanted to sell 50% of my envelopes. I did not. I just fell out of the wagon when it comes to promoting my business. And right now there's a new product coming on the shelf of my business. I'm going to share that with you next Sunday when I do my monthly reset, where I'm going to be cash stuffing on my new binder. I'm going to be introducing binders on my website, because I know that some of you guys are not fond of the wallets, the envelope wallets. So I got the binders, and they look the quality is amazing. It's amazing. So I'm going to take you through as I'm setting up mine. And then when I show you that video, when that video goes live next week Sunday, then there will be a sign that they are available on my website. I only ordered about 20 of these. I wanted to test the market first. If the market is good, if you guys loving them, I'm going to order more, definitely. And then I worked with 6 clients. I wanted to work with over 10 clients, but I worked with 6 clients because after I finished with my clients around April, I was just like, okay, I'm tired with work. Everything is demanding. I'm just tired. I don't want, I took a break, If I had pushed, I think I would have hit my goal, but I was just like, I can't pour into anyone right now. I can't. And this is just where I was. So that's why I could not take new clients after I finished with the ones I had. It's only later on, maybe this year, that I'm going to open for applications as well as bookings for free calls to get in new clients. But right now, the only service that I have is just the 1 hour call with me. It's 680, where you can book it, get clarity on your finances. We look at your finances and all the stuff. That is the only thing you can get when it comes to a service with me. I wanted to grow on my social media platforms. That has become the list of my concerns. I do not have the drive or the energy to be pushing growth anymore, because I've realized that growth can just be numbers. You can have numbers and they may not mean anything, So for me, the most important thing right now is to nurture my community, nurture the people that are already following and subscribed to my channel, nurture the people that are already watching my content. That is why I am trying my best to move my community out of social media and into the group. So if you haven't joined the group yet, there's a link below. I'm also gonna put it I'm gonna pin the first comment and click that comment, then you can join the group if you are not part of it yet. So what I'm trying to say here is I'm trying to move my community out of these platforms, and then we can have our own platforms that I have more control of, and then like also from Instagram, I want them to move to the side, that way we can engage there. When I have things that I want to share, I also have things that I feel like will be of benefit with you, then I can share it there. For things that I want to introduce, I can do it there as well, and also it can also be two-way, where I'm also learning from you via questions as well. The questions can be written there as well. So that is my thinking when it comes to that. So growth for me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it's the list of my worries. The growth can come, but it must come as a secondary result, but not because I'm working tirelessly to grow these platforms, because it does not serve me to just be growing these platforms, but the people that are there, I'm not nurturing them at all. Now we're done with reviewing my goals. Let us look at going forward. What is going to happen? First thing is, what do I want to work on? I want to continue working on my business. I feel so much energetic right now. As I said, I'm going to be releasing a new product on my website, and I have other things in the pipeline. Like I want to host workshops, you guys, and free workshops. I want to host workshops on CV writing. I was thinking about that. I'm thinking about how many people would benefit from just coming into a workshop where we look at CV writing. So I want to do a free CV writing workshop. I want to do workshops on finances. I'm also going to continue saving and investing, and I'm going to push myself to 200k by end of this year. Let us look at from my main goals, what is going. From my main goals, this issue of me wanting to lose weight is going. I'm going to just focus on filling my cup and just doing what I can with what I have at that moment, or how I feel in that moment. Okay, so that is gone. And then what do I want to keep? I'm gonna keep some of my goals, but a lot of them I've already achieved. Like especially when it comes to my finances, I've achieved. It's just a build up, And then for my business, there's a lot of changes that are happening currently, a lot of building, a lot of things. You would have sensed some changes also if you've been watching on my Instagram as well as here on YouTube. You would have sensed a lot of changes that are coming, a lot of things that I want to bring through. They're going to take some time to work on, but I'm just excited. And then my saving strategy also, I changed it to just saying per month, I'm going to focus to one big goal while I'm saving for these other small non-negotiables, but I'm going to focus on one big goal. And that is why on my emergency fund I've been able to push, because I've been making sure that each month I'm putting 10,000 on my emergency fund. And then in September will be my last month where I'm going to be putting on my emergency fund, and then I'm going to start building my fund for December, and then I'll come back again next year. So that is how everything is going. I'm gonna stop this video here. It's gonna be very long. I'm not gonna add the part of cleaning. I'll do that one for Wednesday. But for now, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for the therapy session. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I appreciate each and every one of you. With that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Please keep on going, keep on fighting. Let's keep going. Bye.